Hello everyone, Harrison Kratz here for Engage TV. One of my last posts from BlogWorld. Yeah, that's Justin Goldsborough right there, and Heather Whalen. They're the co-moderators for PR 2.0 chat. And I actually just found out today that they did not found it, which I thought that they did, which is kind of thrown off my interview. But Beth Hart found it, and now they've taken it over. And just the other night, you guys got to moderate it together. Was that the first time?
We did. It was the first time ever.
How was it? How was being able to kind of, you know, you guys always moderate online. How was it being able to do it like together? Was it like kind of more interactive? Were you guys able to come up with some more, you know, information together?
I thought it was good because like we were able to talk about like the different responses or like when to post the next question. And so I thought it was good from just kind of an organization and logistical perspective. We plan out all of our questions before the chat, so that was also nice being able to do that in person.
Were you able to improvise at all? Like, did you have any improvisation with the questions since you guys were there, kind of like to talk it out?
A little bit. The other thing that we did too is we had a couple of guests on because we were talking about blogger outreach since we were at BlogWorld. So we had David Spinks from BlogDash, and then Jason Kinsler. He joined remotely because he had a rugby game at 8:30.
Jason here? Yeah.
No, he had a rugby game at 8:30, so he participated from the rugby field before the game. But,
That's awesome.
but we were actually at David Spinks' apartment with him doing it, and so we were. I thought it was really interesting to get a third-party person's opinion, like as the questions were coming on and the answers, and to factor that into like not only what we did that night, but future things too.
Yeah. There was another person at David's house for this barbecue who also was doing the chat with us, and so I think that made us realize, like, wow, maybe we should try and do more of these where we have these in-person opportunities.
Yeah.
It does add another dimension to it, which is nice.
Absolutely. So speaking of which, though, I mean, as far as developments for PR 2.0, I know that you guys have done a couple of the videos, and you know, I don't know if you guys moved on past that, but are there any other developments that are maybe in the works that you guys would like to share with us?
The problem is that Heather's way too busy.
Oh, stop! That's not true.
No, not at all. It's just it is hard to find time to do some of the extra stuff. We did try to do PR2O Chat TV for a while, and we kind of moved away from that. We've thrown around some other ideas. I'll let you talk about the community managers thing. One thing I'd be interested in knowing from viewers is we've tossed around the idea of maybe live streaming on our Facebook page, like as we're doing the chat. So we're actually could be talking. Sarah Evans has done that a couple of times with Churn Chat really well. And we talked about doing it Tuesday from here and didn't, but I think it's still kind of on the radar, so it'd be interesting to know what people think of it.
Let us know. All right, so would you like to see a streamed chat while you're participating in PR 2.0?
Right, that would be awesome. And then we've got a couple people who are regular participants in our chat who have volunteered to be sort of kind of like community manager type role. They're going to help us kind of keep things going throughout the week. We're going to relaunch the Facebook page. They're going to help us populate that with good content and kind of spearhead discussions there. And so we're really just all about listening to the community and what types of things do the people who participate in our chat want, and then how can we respond to that to provide whatever the tools are or the platform that they're looking for.
Absolutely. So as far as, you know, ever since you guys have been involved with the PR 2.0 community, I know that, you know, from your end, you guys have influenced a lot of, you know, young professionals to hopefully do better work. I mean, I'm one of them. But as far as, you know, your own work, you know, Justin, you're a Fleischman and Heller, and Heather, you have your own firm, and you've actually had some awesome articles in Mashable lately too. So how's the PR 2.0 community influence your work?
I think the PR 2.0 chat community is part of a bigger piece that has totally redirected my career. Like, I was at an agency for, you know, I had 10 years of very traditional agency experience, and then was able to go start my own firm because I had, you know, this experience in social media and integrating traditional and digital together. And the PR2O Chat is a huge part of that. And the context that I've been able to make through that and the opportunities that has then opened up have taken my career in a path that I never would have necessarily envisioned for it to go.
So I think with the PR2O Chat community, one of the things that I think is great about it is they're also sort of like an online sounding board for us. I think a lot of the things I really like about where I work is the ability to, you know, put ideas out there and learn something new from my colleagues when they, you know, bounce a new idea off or build on it. But I think we have that kind of opportunity online now too for the community. I regularly crowdsource questions, client questions that come up. You know, when I think there's an opportunity that someone in the community might have an answer. And guess about 6 months, a year ago, we had a client who wanted to use a measurement tool for Facebook and Twitter analytics, but didn't want to pay for one of the bigger name tools. And I put the question out to the community to see if anyone knew of a sort of a middle range tool that was lower in price. And Rex Rippey, who participates in our chat all the time, actually suggested RowFeeder, which is why I was nodding my head like crazy in the measurement panel earlier. We actually use that tool regularly now for that client and a couple of others. So yeah, it's great.
Awesome. So before you guys go, actually, real quick, I just want to, how did you come up with the name PRTV? I've been meaning to get you on camera for this.
You know what?
It's one of the best names. I have to ask.
Thanks. There's not like a real story behind it. It actually started, I was trying to come up with a name for the blog, and my husband and I were just brainstorming different names. We came up with a bunch of them, and that was kind of the one that stuck. And then it stuck so much that when I decided to join Twitter, I used that as my name too. And you know, there's always that debate of, you know, do you want people to know this Twitter name, or do you want people to know your real name? But it is memorable, and I get it a lot that people are like, oh, PRT, whatever. And I think that kind of sticks out more than, oh, I'm another person named Heather.
Exactly,
so.
Absolutely. So real quick before you guys go, and I'm glad that we've brought up community managers for a little bit. So I want to ask each of you, what do you guys think is one of the most important factors when building community? Heather?
Understand that you're building a community. Like, understand the purpose of why you're trying to build the community and try and stay focused on that. So we're very cognizant of the fact that people who are in PR2O chat are in it because they're interested in PR, social media, best practices, trends, and what's next. And so as everything we do, we try to operate, I think, from that perspective so that people continue to find value in the community and we don't get so far off straight that then they don't find that same value in it. So I think understanding who you're trying to attract or who you're trying to build the community for and why they're there, and then how can you help them achieve that.
Just as an extension of that, I think, is advice that we give clients all the time, which is let them take ownership in what you're working on. A lot of the times with a client, it's better if they can work with an already existing community versus creating something new on their own. I think we try to look at it the same way, whereas we don't need to run everything, right? Run this ship. It's kind of a collaborative effort, and that makes the community manager is a perfect example. We've got some people now taking more ownership in the group because of that. So I think that makes Danny Brown is somebody I've followed a long time, and I think I've seen a really good job of that over the past few years.
Some of ours, picking up on the collaboration idea, some of our best chats have been the ones where we've collaborated with other existing chats, or we've had other guests on who we thought would be interesting to the chat people. So being open to shining the light on other people who are out there doing really good things that will also benefit your community. So the whole idea of collaboration, I think, is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've all worked together on PR Chat, Cast. I mean, you guys have both been guests on PR Cast individually. So exactly. So
well, people want to meet other people. I mean, I think that's a big part of it too. Is networking is one of the reasons we're all out there. So.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, guys. I hope that you guys
Thank
have had a good BlogWorld.
Yeah.
All right, and you can find them on Twitter at PRTini and at Goldsborough. And the PR 2.0 chat is every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., correct?
Yeah, at 8 p.m. Eastern.
All right, so I hope to see you guys there, and thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.